Hi guys, so following on from my last video on the conversion of this printer, old 3D printer, into a laser engraver slash cutter. Yes, that video was 7 months ago and I'm sorry for the slow update. So we are slowly getting somewhere. I've kind of dug it out from the heap and yeah, it's a bit covered in dust. So we made some progress. So far I've got the laser is now mounted. So what I've done is took the old bracket off, took the hot end out, took the old bracket off and then mocked up a new bracket to fit into the existing mounting holes on there, and the laser just sits on top of that and it's just held in by a double-sided sticky pad at the back, and that seems pretty secure. I'm reasonably happy with that. I've got the adjustment of the focus ring below as well. Run that up, wires are into the little board, again just stuck that to the side. So this is the little board that comes with the laser, it's kind of driver module. Put that in a bit of Copax, so that just keeps that nice and neat. Copax or Copex? I think it's Copex. So yeah, that keeps the wire nice and neat there. So moving on, this is where I'm at now. So obviously this is going to be our signal out, so basically we can use, say, the bed heater or the sort of hot end heater outputs, PWM that to power the laser. Now if you remember a while back, so this board, like I say, it's basically a clone board. It's really awkward to get any firmware uploaded to it. So I've tried and I've just kind of given up on it now. And since I upgraded the Ender 3, my current printer, with the SKR Mini E3 V2 board, I've got the spare Creality board for that printer. So I think what I'm going to do is take this out. I've already removed the wiring from the heated bed. So I'm going to put the heated bed back on because it is a metal bed, and that would be, I think, better for the laser rather than having like a standard PCB bed on there. Things to play with, so I'll move that. So get rid of most of this excess wiring that we don't need, and yeah, take this board out, I think, is the next steps. Get that removed, get the Creality board in. I suspect I'm going to have to, there's various holes in this wood, so I might be alright, but I might need to sort of drill some more holes to remount that. Yeah, so also I want to get, because one of these jobs for this printer that never actually got done, but I kind of put in an IEC connector on the side, which I was going to then wire up so that I could just plug it in on a standard kettle lead rather than having to just have it hardwired, which is how it always was. So I want to get that finished off so that that's actually in there properly. It's just kind of pushed in at the moment. Get that mounted, get the Creality board in. I think then that'll be fine, because at least with the Creality board I can upload to it. I can then change various settings and get it configured how I want it as a laser cutter and not a 3D printer. So yeah, I'm going to put in a few shots here and there of getting the board swapped over. There's not really much to show. The laser mount that I've made, if you want that, it is uploaded to Thingiverse, so there's links below in the video description, so you can have a look at that. And yeah, in the next video hopefully we'll be coming back to getting to the point of being able to program this. So hopefully for this video it's just a case of let's get the wiring done, let's get the new board in, and yeah, hopefully get it to the point where in the next video we can start with the code, get all that sorted out, find the right software that I want to use to control it, and yeah, fingers crossed we can actually get it up and running and get it to do something. So before we get started on removing this and tidying up the wiring and getting everything set back up, I'd like to say a kind thanks to PCBWay, who are currently sponsoring this video. Why not move your prototype from breadboard to PCB? With PCBWay you can get your boards made in as little as 24 hours, with prices starting from just $5 for 10 boards. From standard FR4 to flex rigid, PCBWay has you covered. Want to save more? Check out their ongoing Christmas promotions. With a vast selection of coupons, you're sure to find an offer that suits your requirements. Links in the description below. Okay, so let's just start with getting everything disconnected off here. Now the only problem I might have is with the dual motors for the Z on this printer, so I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to look at the Creality board and see what we can do about that, or I might better just convert it somehow to not have the dual, but we're looking into that. In the meantime, let's so that's everything unplugged there. Let's whip this board out and I'll go and dig out the Creality board. Okay, so we're moving along nicely. We've got the Creality board mounted on there. Just simply use one of the existing holes and drilled 3 new ones. So I'm just using the existing stands off as well for the old board. I know the Creality board is 24 volts, but I did power it at 12 volts and everything lights up, so I'm not suspecting there's be any issues, but we'll have to see, as the power supply that came with this printer is a 12 volt supply. Cables are just loosely connected because no doubt I've got some of the connections wrong, and I've decided to keep the dual motors for the Z axis. It's going to be too floppy if I take one out, so I think we'll just use the extruder motor driver and just configure it in software so that we've got the dual motors on that port. So next thing is I'm going to get this power supply IEC connector in, get the old power supply mounted, and then hopefully we can do a quick power up. I've got to sort out the screen as well because that's going to need configuring in software as well. So yeah, we're going to do a few more bits and bobs, but yeah, the fan's in, fan's hardwired in because there's no point. As you all know with the Creality boards originally, it's a bit annoying because the fan will only power up when the thing's running, doing certain things. So yeah, I've just put the fan in to just be powered continuously whenever the machine's switched on. Okay, it's a little bit later on, had to run a few errands, so making progress. Power supply is mounted in, and I've set up and wired in the IEC connector there for the kettle leads. So excuse me shoving this around, but yes, so I've got all that wired in now down here, so that's all good to go. And the board, as I said, is in, everything is wired in. I have done a quick power up, everything seems to be fine. Obviously the display's not working, it's just a blank screen plus basically just making a horrible annoying beeping sound. So yeah, a lot of software stuff to do with this, but fingers crossed. I think we're not far away getting this to the point where we can start actually doing something with it. So in the next video I will go over sort of how I configured the software, etc. To get the board running properly, so at least we can move things around as we should be able to do, fire the laser up as we should, and then we'll move on from there. So yeah, bit of a quick video, a bit different, but hope you like it. Please give it a big thumbs up if you like the video. Please like, share, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and links to my Patreon are linked down below. I'll see you soon for the next one. Cheers.